Hey everyone, I broke the Comicstorian YouTube channel. The short version of it is I tried to do something new on the channel that would bring me more excitement and make me more excited to do the channel in general for you. It was those compilation videos where we would do like 30 minutes and give you 2 to like 6 different comic books and help you keep track of comic books in the now, like right this second. The problem is that didn't agree with YouTube's algorithm, and on top of that, I made the channel far more confusing for our casual viewer. I also got rid of a lot of the series a lot of you guys enjoyed because there ended up being so many of those videos. So I'm going to go a much deeper version of explaining exactly what went wrong a little bit further into this video, but what I wanted to get to in a super fast manner is let you know, if you want to help us get through this kind of rebuilding of Comicstorian, please consider coming on over to our Patreon. It's where we're looking for additional support if you have it to give. You'll be able to vote on new series coming out. You'll be able to get early access to a lot of our videos as we're producing them 2 to 3 weeks out for a lot of our series. And overall, we would really appreciate it. If you don't have the ability to help us out a little bit further, that's fine. Just watching all of our videos, subscribing, hitting that like button would really help us out. Now, let me give you the long version of what actually happened. So the long version of basically what happened is, around last September, WB hit us up and they were giving us problems with their videos, which is weird because we've always worked very closely with DC. They'll actually send us books they want us to cover. We'll talk to them directly. They invite us to their events. So that whole thing was a bit weird, and what it really boiled it down to is some new people over at WB, after all of the AT&T mergers and stuff like that, they decided they didn't like us doing those issues the day that things came out. So honestly, that kind of burned me out a little bit because at the time, I thought I was in good with DC, everything was going well. The only burnout I had was really just doing the same superhero over and over and over. So as we got further into the year and I was trying to find a way to get reinvigorated with Comicstorian, we had the Death Metal event and the King in Black event. And I tried doing these compilation videos where I'd grab every issue of an event, put it together in a video for you so that every week you can keep up to date as to what is happening in these events. You can be knowledgeable on the whole thing. And I thought that was a great idea and you guys seemed to really enjoy it. So then, once those events ended, I thought about doing it with individual issues, which I don't think inherently is a bad system. Us doing a Batman issue, a Wonder Woman issue, a Superman issue, and then throwing in an indie book at the ending, I had so much fun doing that. It was a blast, and at first it was perfectly fine, and I don't think inherently it was a bad idea. The problem became, as DC and Marvel started to increase their production of comic books, we had to start keeping track of more and more series. What was originally 5 books that came out in a week, and we could pick 3, became 10 books for DC, 10 books for Marvel, and then we had to hand pick which ones were interesting to put into those compilation videos, which eventually turned into 2 or 3 compilation videos in a week, which eventually turned into us, the guys in the team here, losing track of what we were covering. First, we missed an issue of Wonder Woman, then we missed an issue of Flash, then we missed an issue of something else. When we hit 5 issues missed, I realized the point of the series was to allow you guys to keep up with comics as they were coming out. But we were failing you in not doing it properly. And at the time, since Dan and I had to have 3 different meetings about it to figure out how to fix it, I finally came to the conclusion that our lower views, our overall watch time being lower, and the just everything across the board, basically, we had created a system that doesn't work with YouTube's algorithm, and we hadn't resolved it. We didn't figure it out. So as there was 23 videos in the DC playlist, I couldn't find the previous episodes of certain things. So I had to kill it. We just scrapped the whole project. In what we're going to do going forward is we're going to go back to the old system. You're going to get 1 to 2 Know Your Universes in a week. You'll get a recap of a movie, a TV show, something like that, and then a history of a hero. You'll get 2 to 3 long-form complete stories. They'll be easy to track what the previous one and the next one is so you can understand what's going on in your favorite storyline. And as we conclude all those stories that we started, I'm going to begin to unlist those confusing videos. They're all going to get removed from the channel, and those videos are going to become their own full-length videos, like the full Flash video, the full Wonder Woman video, stuff like that, including the parts that we ended up missing out on. On top of that, we're also working on a couple other projects. I might as well mention it right here. We have Absolutely Marvel and DC, where you can see us talking about movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. We have Absolutely PlayStation and Steam Gamers, where me and my buddies just talk about our favorite video games of the week. And we're starting up our Dungeons & Dragons channel very soon. But what I'm getting at is we're fixing the channel. I broke it. I came up with a system that started great, 4 months in, became confusing. YouTube's algorithm did not like us. And while this channel never really did stellar numbers, we didn't used to ever really break 100,000 views. We've hit a very low point at this point, like very low. And we need to fix that. We need to get the channel back on its feet. So if you want to help support us in this time of trying to repair the channel, please consider coming over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian. Dan and I have been testing out a system for the last 4 months in which you get to vote on series that are coming to the channel, and you get to get early access to all of the series that we're making in super advance. And we're going to begin to put out exclusive videos there like Tower of Babel and stuff like that we can use as backups on the Comicstorian channel when we need them. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. We're going to get the old channel back to the way it was. We really appreciate your support on Patreon. If you can't go to Patreon, please consider just watching the videos to the end, hitting that like button, leaving a comment down below. It really helps us get the channel back on its feet. Like I said, we never really hit over 100,000 views. We just have videos that live forever and everyone watches. That's what like Injustice and stuff is. So we're just going to go back to making those videos. I don't have much more to say without it getting into a ramble territory, because at this point I feel like I've covered down all the bases, and I hope I helped you understand what I did wrong and how we're going to be fixing it. But like I said, 2 Know Your Universes, 3 complete stories, a recap on a show or movie, just the classic Comicstorian style. And Comics Experiment is getting a brand new set built for it that we're going to be using for Dungeons & Dragons, and then it's going to be back here on the channel as we build up that set. So thank you guys so much for your time. Hope to see you at the Patreon. Otherwise, hope to see you just at the end of our videos. I'll leave you a little slogans. I'll give you cookies. I'll give you pizza. Well, a pizza party with cookies and the pizza. Either way, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.